So to do fried onions, here I have got about 6 onions. You can see the first half. We peel them, we cut them into half, and then we're going to thinly slice the onions. So here we go. You can see as thin as this. So which means your knife has to be extremely sharp. So likewise, we are going to slice rest of the onions. So all the 6 halves of the onion or 3 whole onions were peeled and finely sliced. Now it's time to marinate the onions. A very simple marination, just salt. You put some salt. I'm using about half a teaspoon of sea salt, and we rub the onions or the sliced onions with the salt. What the salt is going to do, it is going to withdraw or draw out juices from the onion. And later we'll do the squeezing part to remove all the juices and deep fry to make fried onions. So it's going to stay like this for about like half an hour. You can do as long as you want. You can do 1 hour, 2 hours, up to you. But about half an hour with this salt will be enough. So as you know, the onions have been marinating for about half an hour. Okay, so you can see the onions are quite softened. Now is the easiest or the hardest part, easiest part as per how strong you are. Okay, so we take this like little bit of onions or the marinated onions, and we try to squeeze them as much as possible. So as you know, we salted the onions or marinated the onions with salt. This salt will help us to draw out moisture out of onions, and once the onions are free of moisture, it will be easier for us to fry them until brown. So I keep it in a bowl separately, and likewise I do with the rest of the onions. So this is the last grab of onions, last batch of sliced onions marinated, and I've squeezed out all the water out of the onions. You can see the product here. These are all the onions, and this is the amount of liquid we got after squeezing out all the onions. Okay, now it's time to fry them. So we have got a wok filled with vegetable oil, corn oil, anything that you like, and we are going to fry the onions batch by batch. Just make sure you have enough oil, and we need to deep fry. And as you put the onions, you have to be extremely careful that you don't burn the onions, because since they are devoid of moisture, they are going to burn faster. So you have to be extremely careful with the temperature. So it's been frying for a while, and you know, it's almost ready. As you can see, the onions are quite brown. So this is the point of, you know, there's a threshold point for the onions. There are chances you can overdo the onions. So just be careful, watch the onions before they start browning too much. And looks like it is the time we should take the onions off the oil. So I've got a plate over here lined with kitchen towel to absorb the excess oil. And likewise, we are going to fry the rest of the onions.